Pepe coin holders, I got a warning for you because everyone's freaking out. Is it time to be scared? Is it time to dump your Pepe? I'm going to say I think we need to wait a little bit before we start talking nonsense and craziness like that. So without further ado, welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Blacksea. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel now. Anything I say is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, guys, so let's hop into this video. We're going to start off here on Crypto Twitter. Follow me at 333Blacksea. The market's dumping, and what did I do today? I bought more Bitcoin today, okay, guys? It's pretty interesting because we're seeing Bitcoin kind of take a little bit of a tumble. The traditional market's selling off a little bit here after quite a large run up to the upside. But we're down just a little bit, and everyone's freaking out. Bitcoin's down, but altcoins, Pepe, it's at a very important price level, and it's not breaking down significantly. We're not seeing a massive washout. So looking at Pepe right here, we are sitting perfectly on the turquoise trend line of 4/0/11. This is the line I was talking about, guys. You know, I was telling you earlier that I was looking for a potential long on the hourly when we were above this time frame here on 4/0/12. And I was saying, you know, guys, you gotta be prepared for a breakdown to come down and touch this line, the turquoise line. And now, well, we did come and touch that. And right now, I will say, everything's all right. Okay, I'm not looking for a further drawdown here, especially if Bitcoin continues to just chop sideways. This is right in line with what I've been saying, guys, that I think that Q3, we should be expecting alts and really alts chop around sideways. Look for our entries into Q4. Are long, either if you want a long spot or if you just want to leverage long. It's really up to you. Right now, in my opinion, I am looking for some high leverage scalping opportunities. And I was saying, you know, I was looking for a little bit of a long just to kind of risk it for the biscuit, if you will, a long above 4/0/12. But obviously, we got stopped out there. And, you know, guys, that's when it comes to trading, you know, anybody that tells you that they have a 100% hit rate is lying to you. Okay, guys? I would say that on average, when it comes to high leverage scalping specifically, I would say that I probably have an 80% profit rate. 80% of my trades, I close out profit, and 20% I get stopped out, guys. It's simple as that. But right now, I do think that this does look pretty good. I don't really expect us to break down below this 4/0/11, this turquoise line. We saw the wicks below it. That's absolutely fine. We could even see like a wick to, I would say, even like 4/0/10. Yeah, 4/0/10. I don't really see it happening much lower than, unless we see a huge capitulation event on Bitcoin. But guys, I'll be real with you. Bitcoin is doing exactly what I expected to do. We'll take a look at that shortly. But I'm looking for longs here. I am looking for longs off of the test of 4/0/11 on Pepe on the daily time frame. I think that's an important price level to be holding. And I do think that when you look at market cipher, you see that you've got red dots and red dot on like a little trigger wave here. And when you see that, usually you see the momentum waves come down to the downside and you usually see bearish price action. But we do have money flow nice in the green here. And I do think that you can see this coming down. Like if you really start to pay attention to what's going on here, I want to show you guys a good depiction of what I'm talking about. If you see what's going on here, seeing the waves get smaller and smaller and smaller, and eventually we're going to see a big move, whether it's to the upside or to the downside. It could be one of the other ones. Volume gets squeezed. I do think that the big move is coming, and I think that in the short term, before to really get ready for that move, I'm still leaning into the idea that Q4 is bullish for altcoins. So I think that even if that big move does come and it's a move to the downside, like if we see like something like this and then get a capitulation, I think we're probably going to see a V shape out of that, and we're probably going to be setting up for new all-time highs. And I do think that it'll be much more of just an opportunity, if you will. Now, it's not financial advice. I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'm just telling you guys how I am looking at these markets and what I'm doing. And I think that really, if we do see a capitulation once the volume gets squeezed to the downside, I'm going to be looking at for some knife-catching territory, if you will. I never really like shorting in bull markets, guys, and we're still in a bull market. The bullish price structure is still intact on Pepe, so like look at this. If you see what the trend here, what's going on, yeah, I'm looking for longs. And anytime we see a capitulation below support, I'm going to try to treat it as a bear trap. And I know that can be very risky moves, but guys, you know, I'm trading with money. I'm not afraid to lose, and I've been quite quite spot on with my trades recently. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm tooting it. Toot, all right? And if you guys do want to trade with me, feel free to check out in the pinned comment section below or description box below. We have a $100,000 deposit bonus to BitConnect, as well as $10 for free when you sign up. Down below, we have a 10% trade rebate and a $5,000 sign bonus. Feel free to check out all these links down below, guys. They have a lot of awesome promotions, and they also help support this channel. So if you want to help support this channel, feel free to check out those links. So let's take a look at this, all right? Pepe's at rank 30 right now. We're down about 2.5% in the past 7 days, down about 3% in the past 24 hours. When you see what's going on in the market, altcoins are holding up well as Bitcoin is kind of just bleeding down to the downside, right? And Bitcoin is at a very important price level we'll talk about here shortly. But looking at Pepe, we're still at $4.5 billion market cap. Bitcoin is spilling over, and it's holding up strong. And so this is what I want to really point out here. Bitcoin's at 117,000. We wicked down to about 115,000. Bitcoin dominance is rallying. All right, guys? We're at about 61% when excluding stablecoins. Rallying a little bit. Really, we've been kind of pegged around the 61.5% level over the past few weeks. And guys, this is right in line with what I've been saying. I expect Bitcoin dominance to rally for Q3, okay? And then you should expect that big, massive washout in Q4 when you see Bitcoin dominance make that breakdown. And that's when you should be expecting, hey, now I should be looking for potential long opportunities for alts. Now, what I've been saying recently is right now I'm treating the altcoin market as I am looking for good entries. I really am. I think that there's good opportunities, not on all the coins, but on specific coins, Pepe being one of them, that I'm looking for an entry for a swing long into Q4. And now I am placing my bet on that we're going to see a bullish altcoin season in Q4 when you couple that with I have a lot of confidence in my trade just because of how this has played out over the past couple 4-year cycles that I've been a part of. I've been trading crypto for nearly a decade, and I do think that when you couple what's going on with the Federal Reserve and quantitative easing, that we're waiting for the pivot to quantitative easing, we're waiting for the rate cuts, there's a 99.9% chance that we see a rate cut in September, okay, from the Fed. That's what the prediction markets are predicting, a 99.9%. I think if you put that all together with where we're at in the 4-year cycle, where you're looking at where Ethereum's at, it's holding strong over 4,000, really 4,500 is really an important level that we're trading around. I think that we should be expecting big moves in Q4 for alts, and I do expect Pepe to make a rally. So, and I'm going to bet on that, and that's why I'm looking for swing longs. But in the meantime, I'm just going to be scalping. I'm going to be high leverage scalping, trying to accumulate as much profit as I can to really accumulate more Bitcoin. Like that's really the name of the game for me. I try to trade altcoins to get as much Bitcoin as I possibly can. So now looking at Bitcoin, everyone's freaking out because we're seeing this. We saw this wick down to like $115,000 Bitcoin. Guys, we could come all the way down to 110,000 and bullish price structure is still intact, this blue line. But right now, this looks pretty bullish. I'm not going to lie. Like, if it maintains that level here, we're just going to be trading on this channel. I expect a sideways chop for Q3, guys. And it's only a couple weeks left. And I expect, it could even go into October where we see sideways chop. Maybe we have to wait until the end of October. But, guys, regardless, be patient. I think that Pepe has a big chance to make a big move here in the end of Q4. In the meantime, I'm going to be doing some high leverage scalping to the upside, to the downside. Maybe I'll even do some high leverage shorts, but I don't really like shorting that much in bull markets because there's always a pump around the corner. And usually if you were to do the same amount of shorts as longs, if you're high leverage scalping in a channel, you're probably going to lose out depending on what trend it's in. If it's in a bull market trend and you're shorting the same amount as your longs, you're probably going to lose out, and vice versa. If you're in a bear market and you're high leverage scalping in a channel and you're longing more than you're shorting, you're probably going to lose out over the course of your trades, right? But so be patient, guys. I think that Pepe has some more juice to give us in Q4, and I do want to have to say, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just telling you guys how I'm seeing this market and what I'm doing personally with my funds. And that's all I got. If you like this type of content, hit that like button, subscribe right now. Check out all those affiliate links down below. It really helps support this channel. And I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.